Throughout the long course of human history, there have been legendary generals who not only changed the outcome of battles but also shaped the destiny of entire civilizations. From Alexander the Great, who conquered half the ancient world, and Genghis Khan, who built the largest empire in history, to Napoleon, Hannibal, Caesar, Sun Tzu, Saladin, Zhukov, Robert E. Lee, and Eisenhower. Each left behind an enduring legacy. Today, we'll revisit their lives and victories to witness the power of will, intelligence, and even the tragedies of history. If you enjoy this journey, don't forget to leave a comment, share your thoughts, and support us with a like. Your interaction is the motivation for us to continue bringing more captivating stories from history. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was born in 1769 on the island of Corsica, a territory that had just been transferred from the Republic of Genoa to France. Coming from a minor noble family, Napoleon grew up feeling somewhat on the margins of French society. At the age of 9, he was sent to the mainland to study at prestigious military schools. There, he excelled in mathematics and artillery, skills that would later form the backbone of his military career. Napoleon came of age during the French Revolution, 1789, a time of radical upheaval and opportunity. As a young officer, he quickly distinguished himself. In 1793, during the siege of Toulon, he proposed and executed a bold artillery plan that secured victory for the revolutionary forces. His success earned him rapid promotion, and by the age of 24, he was already a brigadier general. His fame truly soared after the Italian campaign, 1796. 1797. Leading a poorly equipped army, Napoleon outmaneuvered and defeated Austria, one of Europe's strongest powers. Victories at Lodi, Argelès, and Rivoli showcased his tactical brilliance and his ability to inspire troops. Napoleon led from the front, instilling in his men the belief that they could achieve the impossible under his command. In 1798, he embarked on the Egyptian campaign to disrupt Britain's trade routes to India. Although he defeated the Mamluks at the Battle of the Pyramids, the French fleet was destroyed at the Battle of the Nile by Admiral Nelson's Royal Navy. The setback forced Napoleon to withdraw. But the expedition still left a cultural mark, as he had brought along scholars and scientists, laying the groundwork for modern Egyptology. Returning to France at a time of political crisis, Napoleon seized power in the coup of 18 Brumaire, 1799, becoming first consul. By 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of the French, founding the First French Empire. As ruler, he reformed the administration, centralized authority, and most importantly, introduced the Napoleonic Code, a civil law system that would influence legal systems worldwide. On the battlefield, Napoleon proved nearly invincible. The Battle of Austerlitz, 1805, often called his masterpiece, saw him crush the combined Austro-Russian forces despite being outnumbered. Subsequent victories at Jena, Friedland, and Wagram cemented his dominance over continental Europe. He sought to isolate Britain economically through the continental system, aiming to weaken its trade. Yet, ambition led to costly mistakes. In Spain, 1808, French forces became bogged down in a brutal guerrilla war supported by Britain, draining resources and morale. His gravest error came in 1812, when he invaded Russia with over 600,000 men. Initially successful, he captured Moscow, but the Russians employed a scorched earth strategy, and the brutal winter devastated his army. Fewer than 100,000 men survived the retreat. Defeat in Russia emboldened Europe's powers to unite against him. In 1814, Napoleon abdicated and was exiled to the island of Elba. Astonishingly, he escaped a year later and reclaimed power during the 100 Days. However, his final gamble ended at the Battle of Waterloo, 1815, where British and Prussian forces crushed his army. He was exiled once more, this time to the remote island of St. Helena, where he died in 1821 at the age of 51. Napoleon's legacy is both celebrated and condemned. He is remembered as a military genius who revolutionized warfare with his emphasis on mobility, artillery, and decisive strikes. His Napoleonic Code remains one of the most influential legal frameworks in history, shaping laws across Europe and beyond. Yet, his relentless pursuit of power plunged Europe into years of devastating wars, costing millions of lives. Napoleon embodies the paradox of greatness and downfall. He rose from modest beginnings to dominate Europe, reshaping politics, society, and law, but was ultimately undone by his own boundless ambition. Whether admired as a visionary or criticized as a tyrant, Napoleon Bonaparte remains one of the most consequential figures in world history.